No man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. These are the words of Abraham Lincoln. What is a lie? The Webster Dictionary says, a lie is to present false information with the intent to deceive. Your intentions may be good, your heart in the right place, but every lie has negative consequences. You may think that telling a small lie and to avoid hurting someone's feelings is meaningless and acceptable. Ultimately, you will be caught up in the lie and end up doing the very thing you were trying to avoid. Such a scenario is not only possible, but is likely. Just ask Deb and John. Now, Deb and John are two young kids at a dance. Deb's not into John, but John's into Deb. He asks her to dance. Deb can say one of three things. Yes, to avoid offending John. She can do this at the expense of her own happiness. She could also say, I would like to, but I have to wait for my friend Sam. This is a typical little white lie. This can avoid hurting John's feelings, and she doesn't have to dance with him. She could also say, no thank you. This is the most honest answer, and if said politely, achieves the desired effect of not hurting John's feelings. While the little white lie may seem harmless, it is still a lie. People generally tell little white lies to avoid conflict or hurting other people's feelings. The appropriate way to deal with a situation like this is to be honest and be polite. If Deb says yes to John, John might continue to ask her to dance all night. And she's not going to be happy about that. If she tells John that she would like to dance with him, but has to wait for her friend Sam, she's giving John the impression that she will dance with him at a later point. This kick the can down the road procrastination approach will lead Deb down a path of deception. Little white lies can often lead to later conflict. Deb has told John that she has to wait for her friend Sam. This backfires, as John looks at her and says, well, let me help you find Sam. As he brings Sam back, not only does Deb have to make up a lie to Sam about why she was waiting for her, but now she still has to deal with the issue of dancing with John. Deb is back to where she started. She either has to tell John no thank you, dance with him, or make up another reason why she can't. Deb chooses to make up another lie. Now, I know a few of you ladies might have pulled this one. I need to go to the ladies' room. After a while, Deb exits the ladies' room in hopes that she's escaped John. Unfortunately, John is right there, waiting for Deb. He asks her if they can dance now. After making several excuses, Deb is faced with the same three options. Be honest and say no thank you, which may hurt John's feelings. Dance with him, even though she doesn't really want to. Or lie and get the hell out of there. She decides to tell John that she can't dance with him because she has a boyfriend. John, in disbelief, wants to know who her boyfriend is. John is upset now because he feels Deb has been leading him on all night. Deb is upset because she didn't want to cause any problems or hurt anybody's feelings. Deb now realizes that all her lies have done exactly what she didn't want to do. She has hurt John's feelings. When given the choice to face a problem or simply not face it at all, we often choose to avoid the issue. The way we do this is by telling a lie. People often lie in order to avoid conflict and hurting other people's feelings, without having to sacrifice anything in return. Unfortunately, people usually find that by lying, they are merely kicking the can down the road. It is a short-term solution that leads to more deception. Next time you decide to tell a little white lie, think about Deb and John. The evening started off with a small, meaningless lie and ended with a complete distortion of the truth. Deb's attempt to not hurt John's feelings led to bigger and bigger lies. Ultimately, John became upset. Deb has learned what people learn every day. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will set you free. Thank you.